Hey kids, and welcome back to Plantation Bay. So last episodes, we worked on this tile down here, Ventura Beach, and there were a lot of crashes. And so I have done a little bit of research, and I found some what I think will be some solutions. First of all, I just want to thank a few people in the comments who made some recommendations, which were all very useful. So like Terminator 12386 and Amaterasu07, both of whom were on the YouTube comments. Recommended that I checked my launch settings, so things like the CPU count function you can put in launch settings, which forces the game to run with only one CPU core because it's not designed to run on multi-core systems. That's something I should have done a while ago, I think, and I think that should help a lot with crashes. And also the intro off one, turning off the intro movie as you launch the game, apparently can help to prevent some types of crashes. So that's good. Some of you also recommended the SC4 launcher, which is a launcher for the game, and that allows for autosaves. I was kind of hoping to find an autosave function, if anything, to avoid just having to redo things. But I've been thinking about it, and I actually don't think it's a good idea. The reason I don't think it's a good idea is, well, there's a few things. First of all, SimCity 4, when you use things like this exit, like when you save and exit to region, or when you save and exit to Windows or Mac or whatever system you're running on, there are occasional problems where the save doesn't finish and it exits the game and that city tile becomes corrupted. So my fear with an autosave, and this doesn't mean that SC4 launcher is a bad piece of software or whatever, it may be, perfectly good software to use in a lot of situations, but my fear is that if I have like an autosave going every 10 minutes, if I'm doing something really complicated or processor intensive in the game, processor intensive, but you know what I mean, like if I'm doing something that kind of strains the resources of the engine of the game, and an autosave fires, I would be concerned about a crash happening during an autosave, which might result in losing a city tile. So what I've done instead, and this is with help from Corey from Simtopolis, who has been very supportive of my tutorial videos and just generally awesome to talk about SimCity 4 with. She recommended a little piece of software called Karen's Replicator, which is a great little piece of software. I might put a link in the description. And Karen's Replicator basically allows you to either schedule or manually copy, a whole file and subfolders to anywhere else on your hard drive. It's not specifically for SimCity 4, obviously, but it's just a really good tool. And what I'm doing at this point is I am just backing up the entire region. I've set up like a shortcut so that I can just back up the entire region before launching into a new episode. So what that means is that if a city tile gets corrupted through a saving problem or whatever, at the very least, I will only lose, say, one of these episodes worth of content, at which point I can go back and do it off screen, because I'll tell you, if, let's say this city tile was corrupted, or even one of the neighboring city tiles was corrupted, if I don't have a backup and I lose all of the terrain, because that's the thing too, you lose all the terrain, you lose everything, it's just a blank tile. If I lose all of that, it will really make it almost impossible to continue with Plantation Bay and this Let's Play. And it's not like it's something that is, guaranteed to happen or anything. It's just that I have had it happen before, and I just don't even want to think about I would hate to have to cancel this series basically because of a file corruption, save corruption type problem. So I think that Karen's Replicator will mean that at the very least I will lose, an hour's work, which I can easily redo off screen, and we shouldn't have to worry too much. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. There's this Let's Play has like a great little community of commenters every episode, and if you guys have suggestions about the game, it's very useful. But hopefully we won't have any crashed desktops this time, or at the very least, to be honest, I am a lot less worried, a lot less concerned about file corruption at this point. So, I like that building. I like that building very much. I'm going to make it historical. Wow. That building has a lot of people living in it. Okay. You'll notice that in Plantation Bay City, I've done some work off screen. I was looking up some of the park, some of the values of the park in terms of how much they increase the demand cap, and these, I was, for some reason I was under the impression that these open grass area tiles were kind of a good bang for your buck in terms of adding demand cap, and they're not really, actually. They're very cheap, and they're very good in like industrial areas just to make it more desirable, but I don't actually think that they are going to do a very good job of increasing our demand cap. So I've replaced some of those in these parks with plazas and parks and tennis courts. Actually, tennis courts are probably about the best bang for your buck in terms of increasing the demand cap. Which has led me to the conclusion I placed a lot of parks beside bus stops and things like that. I just don't think we have the demand for residential in this city, which is fine. But yeah, you'll see. And the other thing I've done is I have finally turned this into an elevated rail viaduct, which I think was necessary. I had all these underpasses and overpasses, and it was making the street grid. There's still a few of the overpasses and underpasses. I didn't do the whole length of the line, but we're going to be able to have a much tighter street grid, which, you know, we're running out of space in this tile, so that has saved us. Like, I haven't developed any of this, of course, because we don't really have the demand for it, but you can see there's a lot of space here that we'll be able to develop sooner or later. And it's also, you know, in this kind of central location, so you can see the street grid kind of still reflects. Like, I haven't totally redone the street grid or anything, but that's something that I can do at some point as well, if I want, is kind of make the street grid make more sense in terms of, you know. But you can see how there's lots and lots of streets. This is kind of a mess here, but there's lots of streets that cross through the rail tracks. So that's good. That's good, and it's going to save us space and give us some more room for maneuver in the central city. So I think that's most of what I've done in terms of changes in this city. Did I do anything else? I don't think so. Now, I do want to zone a little bit of industrial in this city, because we still have this kind of insatiable demand for high-tech industry. So I was thinking of maybe doing that. Could be cool to do that maybe along the edge here, kind of close to this city. Part of the reason too is that we've gone very residential in Ventura Beach, so, you know, zoning employment on this side of the map is probably a good idea at this point. So yeah, I may reserve some of these areas for more residential here. We'll see. We haven't had any residential demand in Plantation Bay City for quite some time now, and I think we need to bring a little bit of employment here. Question is, I can probably just elevate this line here. I don't think I will, actually. I think I will. I think I'll just. Yeah, I think I'll just do it this way for the time being. I don't think it's a big deal if these streets are not totally hooked up into the street grid for now, especially for an industrial area. So let's just make a quick street grid here. Maybe I'll just do something like this. Excuse me. Alright, there we go. And this. I'm fine with that. And then, yeah, we will lay down some industrial areas here. I think we've already got police and... Oops, no, I want to check crime. Yeah, we've already got police and fire down here. Be good to. I'm gonna put some bus stops. We're gonna spend, I think, most of this episode back in Ventura Beach. I think I'm gonna work more on that city. But yeah, let's just start by trying to use up some of this. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. Trying to use up some of this demand, because Ventura Beach is not going to have any high-tech industry to speak of. So, oops. Some of this I did advance the clock a bit in this tile as well. So some of the commercial has built up here slowly. Right. Probably. Oh, that's got a bus stop there. That's fine. That's probably okay. Alright, let's make sure it's got water. I think I put water, yeah, I've put water everywhere in this tile at this point, I think. And we do need to put some kind of... Let's see if it'll develop on its own first. Probably not. No, let's put some... I will use these open grass areas now. Question is... like here maybe, just sort of start by putting a few. There we go. Some high tech. Put some there. Man, we just can't use up that demand. I'm not going to worry too much about... Oh, how can I make this grow faster? Take a look at the desirability. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't really see why I would need to put any more of these grass tiles down. Just sort of wait for it to develop, I guess. I might just zone a bit more here. Kind of keep this going. Yeah. Maybe I can run these down here. Keep that. Oh, yeah, that's crossing the tracks, isn't it? Let's get rid of. There we go. Okay, I'm fine with that. And we'll just go like this. And that one's already got a bus stop. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm just going to do this in a little bit more of an organized way at this point. We will put one on every corner. That should be fine. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to have some of this industry on the edge of the map like this. Guess I should look at those strikes, huh? Let's take a look at that quickly. It's going to drive me nuts otherwise. Oh yeah. Okay, this guy here. I've named a lot of these medical centers. Farmdale Medical Center, Eastside Hospital. Okay, so it's mainly the West Hotville Medical Center that needs supports of some kind or another. What's going on here? Does this one have? Yeah, we can increase the ambulance funding of this one, and that should solve the problem. Yeah, we're almost making a profit again in this city, thanks probably in large part to this industry here. Man, just insatiable demand for the high-tech industry. Not a huge fan of the way high-tech industry works in this game, to be honest. I think I've talked about it in the past. Whoa, okay, let's see what we can do here. High school, that high school's way overfunded. It's probably why we're actually losing money. That's school for some reason is. There we go. Central Elementary School. We can. Oh no. Let's turn that down. It's this one, the Central High School. I think that's probably the issue. Not gonna worry too much about those little libraries. Could actually delete them at this point. Once you have the Central Library, you just don't need them anymore. But I'll keep them. Farmdale High School. Oh yeah, so we're having high school issues. Okay, well. Eastside High School, okay. And that looks pretty good. Still not much development. Let's look at the desirability. Yeah, there's no reason these areas should not be building up. Okay, well, I don't think I want to zone all this yet. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do with it. So let's go next door and dive back into Ventura Beach. I've made a few little changes to Ventura Beach on off the I didn't record them. Partly because I lost a bit there at the end. We had the final crash at the end of that episode where I just sort of said, okay, that's it, we're done. I redid all that, and then I just sort of, I think I just did a little bit of, oh yeah, I put all the street grid in so that we won't have to do that. I think I put this stadium here. I put that stadium there, and I kind of extended the little park buffer between the beach and the city here. So there's that for sure. Maybe we can have a bus stop at this beach. Here we are. Oh, this one's got one. Okay. I think I put a courthouse too. Yep, there's a courthouse there. I just kind of placed some rewards, and there's a stadium kind of between the two beaches. I thought that was cool. I think I mentioned that I would probably do that. This street also extends down here to connect to the industrial area, so that's very useful. Looks like we've got lots of demand for residential here. So that's good. And I think we are going to expand this city for sure. I don't know what else. I don't think I did too much else in terms of development here, but we have got to. I think we've got we've got to look at like crime and stuff here and just sort of cover off this city at this point. I think we only have like one small police station. That's a bit silly. Certainly don't want that affecting our desirability. Where is the police station? It was right near the, I think that's it there. Can't see. Yes. Okay. So. Alright. want to look at where to put all these police stations. Yeah, we're definitely having some abandonment issues or just unemployment issues in the city because people are too far from work, which should be easy to fix, to be honest. So I'm just going to cover... How much money do we have here? Ooh, not that much. So I'm going to police this part of the city. I'm not going to police the industrial area, but yeah, we'll put a station here, and then maybe another one down here. That's fine. I don't know if we have fire and everything set up here, but probably should look at that as well, to be honest. Fire hazards. Yeah, I've got fire in the industrial area. I'm just not going to. I can't overspend here. I want the city to develop rather quickly, trying to bring up the regional population. We do need water treatment for sure. Let's actually look at the water pollution map. Yeah. So I can use a water treatment plant as kind of a buffer, as I often do. A buffer between the polluted zone and the non-polluted zone. So maybe here. Yeah, that works nicely. I played around with the street grid as well here. Played around with the street grid and like this here. Just trying to connect up this city a little bit better. It's got the highway, but it needed some east-west routes to get people to work, for sure. Okay. That should do the job. And also I switched the construction style, so we'll get some of that New York style in this city tile as well. What else can I do here? That's probably put us over budget. Or no, not yet. Oh, we've probably got churches and stuff to place. I think I placed a lighthouse. Oh, looks like for some reason we're not getting churches. That's interesting. Did I put a lighthouse? I think I did. Oh yeah, there's a lighthouse, and at the end of last episode we ended up placing this federal prison, which is kind of cool. Again, the concept behind this city is it's sort of a thin veneer of tourism that's covering up all of this kind of seedy activity, seedy and, you know, cheap fast money kind of thing. Right, so let's build more here. Let's expand the city. I think we'll do yet another beach here. Maybe I'll just level this out first. Hopefully we can squeeze a beach in here. Oof, that's not going to be good for a beach. Oh yeah, okay. That's probably fine. And maybe we'll do the same thing here. It's really the whole concept here is just beaches, beaches, beaches. Yeah. Maybe we won't bother near the industrial area, but one last little beach here could be useful. Couple, anyway. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. And okay, that's good. So it's a city with 4 beaches. Very cool. That's fine. And yeah, I think we'll put a little bit more commercial along this strip here. Here as well. And there we go. And then the rest of that will be residential. Oh, I need bus stops. God, that's just like, I just constantly forget, don't I? What's this doing here? There's one there, one there, one there, one there. And did I even put them up here? God, not really. Let's just take a look. This is the easiest way to check where you put them. No, this whole area, I don't seem to... I think I redid this road, that's why there's no bus stops. Actually, probably don't need to fill in this little area here with bus stops. It's probably fine just put them on the major streets. Okay. And let's go ahead with... Oh yeah, I was going to do a little bit more commercial. There we go. Kind of filling out this tile. This is a fairly small tile, and it'd be nice to kind of fill out the whole south part of the city like this, and then move on to other tiles and kind of expand the whole region. As the residential population increases in these tiles, we should eventually start to get more commercial demand in Plantation Bay City. So that's kind of the goal. Oh shit! Sorry guys. I accidentally alt-tabbed out of the game in the process of, you know, using the tab buttons. Let's just do this. You know what? I don't really like the way those develop, to be honest. Sorry, I had to step away there for a second. I'm back. Let's put a bus stop here. Yeah, I was going to mention as well, with the way I have the game set up at this point, alt-tabbing is not much of an issue, which is really cool. You know, a lot of, if you guys know, you know, in a lot of games, a lot of games, especially resource-hungry games, alt-tabbing is just kind of a total you know, it's a bad idea, basically. But it should be okay. I have not, in general, found that alt-tab causes major issues on my current setup. In the past with SimCity 4, absolutely. It's a really bad idea, or it has been anyway in the past. It has been a really bad idea. I'm gonna start to get in the habit of, and this is something somebody suggested. I think it was somebody suggested that I start sort of systematically putting parks on every block, and I'm probably going to start doing that. When the city gets to this size, it's one of the best ways to ensure that you don't hit demand caps. So doing something like these small park greens or whatever, just sort of placing them wherever we put bus stops, or just kind of all over the place. It's just not. It's really a good idea. Obviously, the beaches in this city are kind of serving that purpose, but still not such a bad idea. Right, so that should use up some of the poor. Let's just make sure they have water. Probably not. Oh no. Okay, be a good idea to just do the water for this whole area. On the beach here. Here. There we are. That'll do. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Probably filled this out in a somewhat similar way. Grave need. Okay, graveyards. The best place for graveyards is definitely going to be probably making a little buffer zone here. Right. So that's. I don't know. I guess I don't know if we've placed other churches. Did I put one over here maybe? I don't know. Let's place some churches for sure. Can put one there. And I think the graveyard, yeah, the graveyards will be kind of buffers in this city. Put like there, and there or something. Let's put it there. Well, I'll figure out how I want to do that after. Okay, that's a private school. Definitely having big issues with See, I'd be curious to see where are these people going to work. Okay, a lot of them are going to work in Plantation Bay. Some of them are working in their own neighborhood. Looks like the rich folks. Yeah, the rich folks are mostly going to work in Plantation Bay. And yeah, I think essentially we'll need some kind of mass transit. I'm kind of reluctant to do it yet though, until I see. The real question though is do we have a train station? Oh, another one. Another. Okay, where did the last one go? I really should. I always forget where I put these ones. That's it there, I think, right? Yeah, that's the private school there. Probably not a very good place to put it, to be honest, because I'll put one down here. That's fine. There we are. I don't know. Have I even? Yeah, I've put schools pretty much everywhere. Another church. Let's put a church down here in the industrial area. That's kind of hilarious. No, I'm not gonna bother with that. We have another cemetery. Okay, let's do. No, here. Let's do that. I want to fill these two areas in. And this side, I'm not sure. We might just hold off a bit there. We definitely need to have a passenger rail station in this town, and we need some kind of transit. But again, once again, I'm not in a rush to do that. So I think one thing that will help is, yeah, the obvious place for a passenger rail station is at the junction of the highway and this here. Can I easily scoot that over? Yeah, it's not very pretty, but that's okay. That's fine. There we are. Yeah, that way, and I just put a bus station there as well. That way, essentially what people will do is they'll take the bus on the highway to the suburban rail, and then they'll take the rail in. That should speed up a few trips, because I did notice. Let's take a look at who's using this highway currently. Okay, no one, it looks like. Yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere past here, right? But yeah, no, it looks like the key is going to be. Let's take a look at traffic. Bet you we're having some congestion issues. No, just a little bit at the neighbor connections. I'm almost tempted to change my settings in terms of it's set on ultra, but you know what? I think I like the ultra. Yeah, this is the busiest route. Still seeing a bit of unemployment here. Can also turn these streets into roads to speed them up, but again, reluctant to do that. Okay, this, do this. Okay. pretty good to me. And that's going to be mostly... Ooh, what happened here? Yeesh. There's definitely something... I did one of these connections happened wrong, essentially. I just need to fix it. Yep. Rid of that. There we are. That's okay. Okay, and then we'll do buses along here. Okay. Put one there. Put one here, and that'll do for now. Maybe here as well. And more of this stuff, sort of commercial. Right, okay. Yeah, just zone the rest of this area of the city. I wonder if we have any more... No, we don't have any more... we have a bit of high-tech demand, but no more of the dirty industry. It developed reasonably nicely over here. We may get some more demand at some point. I wasn't trying to make this like a huge... We already have one very large industrial city, so... We should be able to get to... I think this should push us up to 100,000, which was my goal for this city, for the time being. Ooh, that was weird. Okay, let's do that, like that, and then like, no. There we are. Just force that to build the way I want it to. Again, I should think a little bit about parks. This is gonna be covered in, I'll put another cemetery there. Really just filling up this tile though. That will probably not work. Okay. And then here, I do like to build very dense cities. It's you know, I like to build dense cities. I like to live in dense cities. I am not a big fan of suburbs personally. But you know, which is not to say there won't be suburbs in this city. I just the city is actually not that big for the time being. So my plan is very much to have suburban areas in the outskirts of the city. We're not there yet. I'm not done building what I would consider to be the central part of the city. But I will be building some suburban areas, and I may even do some rural areas at some point. It'd be very interesting to try and get some farms going on the edge of the city at some point. I'm just not going to do it right now. I'm going to kind of build outward. I'm just going to leave that as it is, I think, for now. Maybe add some parks in later. See if it develops on its own. Interesting. So that's another private school. Maybe I'll hold off on that. Let's do it. Let's put the private school there. This is definitely a good city for a... Oh my god, we're just getting tons and tons of rewards here all at once. We're hitting a threshold, that's what's happening. There's a threshold where you get lots of rewards. Marinas, for sure. We want marinas. Come on, find me a good spot for a marina. Not in the industrial area, please. I want to put marinas around here somewhere, but let's just see. What do we need for a marina to work? It's not going to work in one of these diagonal areas, is it? I never remember. I can never quite remember what these marinas need to build properly. That's really not going to work. Hey, no. They would probably go very well where I have some of those beaches. However, just try and flatten out some terrain. Ah, I saw blue. Ah, that's fine. Can I get like 2? I feel like this city would have a big marina complex. Marina's kind of expensive though, I should be a little bit cautious. There we are. I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully it will fix itself. Nope. Okay, another church. Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's a church, okay. The church in this new area here. Okay. And we had, I think, another cemetery. Usually I don't place all these rewards, but this time I am just doing it. Okay, it's gonna go here. And then these 3 cemeteries are kind of acting as a buffer. Like this. There we are. Probably connect that up just to be safe. It's a bit of a silly street grid, I know, but it's worthwhile. Ooh, what the fuck? Highway, that broke the highway. It's still working though, right? Maybe not. I will work on this after. I probably can't have an intersection there. It's probably what it comes down to, but I'll work on that after. I don't want to start demolishing highways at the moment. Yeah, so we've got a little cemetery section there, and oh, did I not give water to these folks? No, I did, okay. And we definitely want to do some kind of, well, like we need to find a spot actually to place the country club. I think down along the beach, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's where the country club would be in this town, right along the beach. Maybe even near the casino. How big is it? They're very big. I don't like the country clubs because they take up a lot of space, but this is, if there's one city that's going to have one, it's going to be this one for sure. And it would be a fairly central, you know, I think it would be part of the main tourist attraction of the town for sure. Maybe I'll build it here because we're having this abandonment. Yeah. Just to clear out this block. There's probably, I don't know if there's anything. No, there's nothing. We only have one hospital in this town. That's okay. It's not a paradise. That's not the idea. I don't know how far we need to go here, but something like this. Something got deleted there that probably shouldn't have. Country club. I don't know what that was, but there was a school or something there for sure. Oh, I think that was the school that I actually deleted earlier. Yes. Alright, like this. That's probably fine. Just double check and make sure that we actually have I'll be checking all the schools off screen and stuff as well. Might have been actually a private school? No, I don't think so. Okay. I'm happy with that. Major League Stadium. I'm not going to build a Major League Stadium in this town, I don't think. Oh. Need to fix up the roads. There. And there we go. Trying to get to 100,000 in Ventura Beach. Looks like we're running out of water. Water. Yeah. Yeah, we still got space for development over here. Yeah. Oh, no, that's money, not population. What we should, I think, might need to add some more education to get to. I don't think so, though. Come on. Look at that. There we are. 99,000. Making tons of money, obviously. Holy shit, we're making a ton of money. Right, so... Oh, no, we were there a second ago, I think. There we are. 100,000. Okay. Let's leave it at that for Ventura Bay. And go take a look at the sort of regional picture. I'm sort of holding off on this whole part of the city because we got to figure out what we're doing over there. What we can do, though, is de-zone some of this. It's almost gone at this point. I don't think the transit picture gets sorted out until we figure out what goes on in the Edgewater tile. So yeah, take a look at the region. Looks like we've had no crashes so far, which I'm pretty happy about. $609,000 in the regional population. I guess the logical thing to do is to extend extend actually here, but a little bit reluctant to do so quite yet. Maybe we can extend the highway. Question is, where do I want the highway? Probably lower down here. Probably step down there again. Cover off more of this city. Gotta think for a second here. Maybe I'll try and fill in some more Plantation Bay City before we end this episode. Yeah, I think that at the end of the day we're just gonna require more. It looks like we're getting a little bit of office demand here, which is nice. It at least shows us that we're not... Come on, why is this not developing? Got desirability anyway. It's filling in nicely. There we go. Okay. Just gonna zone. I'm gonna zone some more industry for sure. Yep, I think that's the right thing to do at this point. Like that. No. Something like that, it's probably fine. I can get rid of this silliness. I'm gonna leave this kind of buffer here for the time being. No. We're going to use the denser commercial here. Oh, and what's this? This is, yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to move that for sure. I think that's the, that cannot live there. Yeah. To find another home for that. Which that has used up our power. Where can I put it? That will not. Ooh, look at that. Some nice towers coming up over there. We are definitely running out of space for, for those kind of facilities in this town. I'm gonna put it here for now, just so that it's a little bit farther away, but the thing is, we don't really need to have one of these. Let's do another power plant instead. Like there. That's probably way over budget, yeah. Still, again, I'm perfectly fine with just eating up what's left, with all of this accumulated money. So we should not actually be running out of power here. Oh, Jesus, I'm not even sure we needed that, to be perfectly honest. I think it was just disconnected. Well, I'll keep it. I need bus stops here. I'll see if we actually need the garbage capacity from that other thing, that from the what's it called? The incinerator. Then I'll build another one somewhere, or I will actually build another one of those garbage docks. I don't think there's room for incinerators in this tile anymore. We need it to be a kind of commercial shopping and offices hub at this point. Okay. Boy, it's a hassle to do the diagonal. Let's do this. There we are. And then once again, we'll just try to drop some parks down to try and make this work. Okay. Make sure it's got water. We're also, I guess we're running out of water, it sounds like. Yeah, we've got a lot of, you know, it wasn't the worst idea to build another power plant there. I think, oh yeah, so what's happened here is we've almost definitely, some of those water plants are probably 100 years old, basically, and that's what's going on here. Okay, what's this here? Let's see. Where's the condition? 96%? 63%. That's the culprit, or one of them anyway. There we are. And that should do it. That should fix it. What's this? Okay, that's a... God, we're running this whole city on 2 water. Looks like 2 water, maybe 3. Yeah, 3, I think. That one's in poor condition too. Let's just replace it while we're working here. There we are. So 3 water plants is enough for this whole city. Pretty impressive. There's not a lot of heavy industry, of course, so that helps, but... yeah, not much development happening here. We're just stagnating around 300,000. Okay, wow. Okay, that's good. We've actually eaten up a big chunk. Big chunk of the high-tech industry. But yeah, the key here is going to be to build in. Wow, that's really cool. It's kind of a cool office park along the edge of the city. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it here for this episode. It's probably a pretty long episode at this point. We're starting to fill in the south end of the city. I'm going to save. I'm going to go out to the regional view, and I think next episode it's going to be time to look at developing Edgewater. Yeah, probably fill in Ventura Beach next episode. You know, take this highway over here and start working on Edgewater, and Edgewater will just sort of loop around here. This area I'll kind of leave. This will be maybe a suburban area at some point or something, but yeah, you know, we can start to work on that, and at which point we can actually start to go back to Inner Bay and Rob's River and just kind of go around the edge of the city, adding more residential, in the hopes that these residential areas will feed into Plantation Bay and create more demand for offices and stuff there, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you like this, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, don't forget that if you want to submit a name for a neighborhood or a building or really anything, submit a name in the comments, and I will put the name in the cities where you want it, or I can find a spot to place it if you can't think of something. But yep, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao.